Welcome to the Pure Performance Cafe. May I take your order?
Yes, I would like a shot of Pure Performance, please.
Coming right up.
Hey, welcome to another Performance Cafe episode, this time with my friend Daniel from our Detroit office. Daniel, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you, Andy?
Very good. And I'm very excited today because the reason why we're here is something that actually impacts all of our users that will hopefully soon join us at Perform in Vegas. Because Daniel, you're doing something really cool, and I think we want to use this to announce what cool it is and how we can all benefit from it. What is it?
All right. Well, I'll be hosting a hackathon with Michael Beamer, and obviously Andi is also helping. But the idea is to promote the public API and the plugin ecosystem for Dynatrace and make it even more powerful. So it's sort of modeled after a hackathon that I attended with you, Andi, where a lot of the teams built stuff in advance. And when we got there, it was more about finishing up and any help that we needed with the devs and that kind of thing. So that's really what this is about, is getting people to spend the next month or so building something that they think is cool and showing it off and getting to talk to some of our devs, if they run into any trouble with the API.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So because over the last couple of years, most of our community has built extensions with AppMon because we had a really good ecosystem there. And we have tons of plugins out there on the community. But now it's time to actually build and extend Dynatrace, right? I think we have a couple of nice examples out there. I remember the hamster fitness tracker that one of our colleagues actually built. As you mentioned, we built some integrations with Jira and with HipChat. That was great. And there's a lot of other stuff that people can do. And I really like the fact, Daniel, that we allow people to do work up front, because most of the time that we spend at Perform should obviously be listening to the breakouts, doing the hot days, but then definitely finalizing anything that people wanted to finalize on their plugins. Now, do you have any additional ideas, maybe besides what we just mentioned, like building a Jira integration? Any other thoughts that you had? Hey, this is something that people may want the community to build.
Well, obviously, like you said, AppMon has a lot of plugins and a huge ecosystem. So that's something that we really need for Dynatrace, is to build up that plugin ecosystem. So we're really hoping that people will build some local plugins. I know that we are looking for like database server plugins and that kind of thing. And then we're really trying to push the API as well. So the public REST API. And I think it's one of the underrated features of Dynatrace is that the whole, all the data in Dynatrace can be pulled from that API. And you can build some really cool things on top of it, which, like you said, that hamster wheel was a very unique use of the tool.
Okay. Yes.
And like the Davis system that I work on is built entirely on the public API. And I just think that it's really, we really are trying to get people to build things on the API.
I have a couple of additional thoughts, so maybe hopefully inspire some folks, listeners out there. So one of the things that I started was the CLI, the command line interface. It's up on GitHub, so please feel free to clone it and extend it. I'm sure there's much more that the CLI, the command line interface, can do. Also, another topic that I've been pushing through the blogs and some of my presentations is some auto remediation, some self-healing, integrating Dynatrace with your pipeline. I believe for that, it would be great to have some helper functions, maybe in Lambda, maybe in Azure functions, in maybe providing some scripts with your most popular configuration management tool, whether Chef, Puppet, or Ansible, to pull data out of Dynatrace from, let's say, a problem, and then executing the appropriate actions for a particular problem type. I think that would be really cool. Another thing would be nice to have some boilerplate template scripts for pushing data into Dynatrace, just as you said. One thing is pushing data into Dynatrace, like time series, like the hamster wheel. But the other thing would be custom events. Every time a deployment happens from a pipeline, you can push that event to Dynatrace. So I think there's a lot of cool things that we should that we can do, and I'm really much looking forward to that. Obviously, we will all be there at Perform. I think there's a special section or an area at the venue where we will. Where people can find us, and I think you also, Daniel, have you're writing up a new like a blog post that people can also soon find on blog.dynatrace.com with some more details.
Yeah, that'll be up soon, hopefully. Just finishing it up, and it'll be up in the next couple of days. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like you said, the deployment pipeline is really a place where I think there's a lot of room for growth there.
Yeah,
I know the Jenkins plugin is one of the most popular Atmon plugins, and I don't think there is one yet for Dynatrace.
That's a very good point. I hear this all the time. So Jenkins, Bamboo, CodePipeline, there's a lot of tools out there that could definitely benefit from some extensions. Now, besides eternal fame within the Dynatrace community, what else can people get out of this? And obviously the experience of building something really cool.
Well, obviously the experience speaks for itself, but for the best hack or whatever we deem to be the most interesting or novel use of the technology or what have you, I believe we'll get some recognition on the main stage on the last day. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
And we'll have some T-shirts and stuff like that to give out. I think we're working on that. We hit a bug today, but hopefully we'll get that in.
Yeah. Well, it's getting on stage in Vegas is not a bad thing.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much, Daniel. I think that was a great overview. So let's hope that we inspire a couple of folks out there to build new stuff on top of the new Dynatrace API, whether you're pushing data in, you're pulling data out, integrating with other tools. Looking forward to it. It's just 3 more weeks. And then when
Yeah, coming right up. I'm getting excited. I just bought my plane ticket today, actually.
Nice. Perfect. Escaping the cold in Detroit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Hey, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon, and hopefully everybody else out there as well. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks for having me.